Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to give you my field report for my Marvel Multiverse role-playing game, Season 1, Episode 7. And sorry, this is part of a playlist, so you need to watch this in context to the rest of the playlist. You could just click in the description below, jump right onto the playlist, and watch these in order, because this is picking up right where right where session 6, where season 1 episode 6 left off. All right, so we rejoin Thor, Marvel Thor from Earth 616, and Felix the cat from the American animated universe, and they are both on Earth 1, which is DC's primary Earth, right? So Marvel Earth 616 and Earth 1 are merged, and so we have all of the DC's heroes and villains in play, and all of the Marvel heroes and villains in play. But at this point, Thor and Felix the cat are on Earth 1, okay? And Felix the cat has been requested by Barbara Gordon, and actually he didn't meet Barbara Gordon, he met Batgirl. So Felix the cat was requested by Batgirl to help Batgirl in her specific mission. And her mission is to take all of the rogues gallery that is in Arkham Asylum and remove them from Arkham Asylum on Earth 1 and move them to Magneto's abandoned asteroid M. All right, Magneto's abandoned asteroid M, okay, on Earth 616, right? So Thor has been tasked by Captain America to watch over Felix the cat and to make sure that he's safe, right? So Felix the cat commits to Barbara Gordon to do this, to help her take the Batman's rogue gallery out of Arkham Asylum on Earth 1 and transport them to Magneto's abandoned asteroid M. Okay, so that's and in the last episode, in episode 6, the Teen Titans came and Robin was like, "This is a terrible idea. You got, neither one of you are from Earth 1. You have no idea how every single person in Arkham Asylum is an absolute reaper and will be 1 centimeter away from murdering you. You have no idea what you're doing here. Do not help Barbara Gordon with this plan," right? And to be clear, Barbara Gordon is planning all of this behind Batman's back, because she knows Batman would never go for this, right? So this is her plan, and she's executing it. Helping her is Zatanna, okay? So at this point, Zatanna and Felix the cat and Thor is now along for the ride with Felix the cat. Thor does not like this plan whatsoever, but Captain America has tasked Thor with keeping Felix the cat safe, and that means whatever shenanigans Felix the cat decides to get up to, Thor's along for the ride, right? And our player characters are Thor, played by my brave player, and Felix the cat, played by my epic player. And so that's the setup. So that's where we begin, right? So we begin, and Thor and Felix the cat are at Wayne Manor. And we begin with Felix the cat communicating with Poindexter, who is the professor's son. And in episode 6, Felix the cat had requested Poindexter to help him to be able to bring over characters from other worlds. And so specifically he requested Popeye and Hagar the Horrible, right? Poindexter contacts him at the beginning and says, "Listen, I've got this set up, and it's set. You can do this anytime you want now. You can bring characters from other worlds onto Earth 1, and the way you're going to do that is you are going to reach into your bag and you're going to create, and you're going to grab this door that I've created. The door, you pull the bag, Felix the cat, you pull the door out of the bag, you set it on the ground, and you open the door, and before you and you say the person's name, then you open the door. They walk through from their world to your world, and they're with you. That's how it works. And it's currently set up for Popeye, Hagar the Horrible, Wizard of Id, and 2 other characters for you to name later. I actually said that as the narrator. I'm like, as the dungeon master, I'm like, hey, you know, you've already mentioned Popeye, Hagar, and Wizard of Id. In this session, you can name 2 new people and add them right to your list of characters that you could bring into the world with you. When you open your bag, grab the door, take the door out, open the door, say the name, open the door, and that's how you get the character through, right? And this is literally a power set for Felix the cat. Really, really interesting, right? So I established that, and that was kind of like connecting the player up, and connecting the player up and saying, hey, you had said you wanted to be able to bring over friends from the American animated world. Here's the actual mechanism you're going to do that by. And one thing that was nice is I had the time between the sessions to figure this out myself and kind of get it working mechanically through Marvel Multiverse role-playing games rule set. Brilliant, built by Matt Forback. So at that point, Batgirl comes in to Felix and says, okay, we're ready, let's do it, right? And he's like, yeah, I'm no problem. At that point, Zatanna teleports Thor and Felix the cat from Wayne Manor to literally the back wall of Arkham Asylum, and they're sitting in front, and Zatanna, Batgirl, Thor, and Felix the cat are all sitting in the back, right, of Arkham Asylum, just facing a brick wall, right? And so at this point, Batgirl says to Felix the cat, okay, here's what we need. We need 4 spacesuits, right? Felix the cat goes into his magical bag, pulls out spacesuit 1, pulls out spacesuit 2, pulls out spacesuit 3, pulls out spacesuit 4, and Thor, Felix the cat, Batgirl, and Zatanna all get into the spacesuits, right? Now, at this point, they're standing at the back of Arkham Asylum. It's not completely clear why they're going to need spacesuits, right? But they're trusting Batgirl has this plan. And then at that point, Batgirl says to their, now they can only hear each other through the helmets. And they say, and Thor says, and Batgirl says, Thor, can you do the honors? Thor takes Mjolnir and smashes through the wall of Arkham. The bricks fly in every direction, right? And 15 feet back is 2 guards from Arkham Asylum escorting, all chained, right? And it is Joker, Harley Quinn, Tar Pit, Penguin, Man-Bat, Enigma, Riddler, Poison Ivy, and there were a total of 11. Two-Face, and then there was a couple more in there. There was a total of 11 of Batman's rogue gallery, right? So then it's actually a total of 4 guards that Batgirl, essentially arranged through either bribes or promises, to help her get all of these rogues gallery ready for transport. And she says to Felix the cat, okay, create 2 train cars. They load all of rogues gallery onto the first train car, and then they begin bringing out the equipment for all of these villains. Scarecrow was there, and and Killer Croc was there as well, right? So at this point, They all bring them through. Okay, so at this point, they bring them all. They bring out all of the Rogues Gallery into like this open field behind Arkham Asylum, and they load all of the villains, the Rogues Gallery villains, onto this train car, right? And then they're going to put in they're going to put their equipment, all of these characters' equipment, like, you know, Penguins, you know, Machine Gun Umbrella, you know, Scarecrow's hat, all the things they, you know, Catwoman's whip, you know, all their equipment is going to go into the second car. Well, before that happens, I have the 2 player characters make a logic check to see if they can hear somebody coming up behind. Well, sure enough, a group of heroes or villains, they can't tell, but I said there's cape figures, and there's a group coming at you from behind, and both of the player characters succeed in their logic roll, but one of them gets a Marvel success, a fantastic success, which I love that ass. The 616 system is absolutely amazing. I cannot explain to you how good this system is that Matt Forbeck has created. It is truly cinematic. It's truly fast. It is fantastic. I absolutely love it. So, okay, here we go. So at this point, this group of heroes or villains comes up from behind, and Thor does I was really shocked at this decision, and I think it was the right decision. The player of Thor is like, I attack that group. I'm gonna smite them with lightning. So he smites them with lightning right at the center of the group, right? And he's gonna, you know, hit all of them with lightning, right? Now, first of all, as soon as he hits the lightning, he can see who it is. And guess who it is? It's the Teen Titans, with Robin, who told Batgirl, this is a bad idea, and they're now there to stop them. They're like, this ain't gonna happen. We're not gonna let you, you know, take all these Rogue Gallery villains from Gotham and put them onto a new world where no one understands how incredibly dangerous they are, you know. And so at this point now, and so basically now what's interesting is the Thor player, he actually completely botched the roll. He rolled a 2, a 1, and a 1, and a 2 on the Marvel die. He was done. Complete failure, right? Did not get the 12, and he needed to hit a 12 to, you know, to hit them. Did not get the 12, and misses, right? But now the Teen Titans are shown, right? So at this point, the Felix, they're all there, right? And the first thing that happens is Thor did his attack. Now it's Felix's turn. Felix puts up a protective wall, right? Between a clear, protective, bulletproof wall between the Teen Titans and the train cars, one of which is loaded with all the villains, and their gear has not been loaded yet, right? So at that point, he takes his action to make this protective wall, right? Now, here's what happens. At this point, the Teen Titans go, right? And and Robin goes over, actually Zatanna, Batgirl takes her turn, climbs up to the top of the wall, right? And actually Batarang attacks Robin with two Batarangs, right? Then Robin jumps up and roundhouse kicks Batgirl off the top, and then ends on the other side, coming down and punching her on the other side, right? And so Robin and Batgirl are in direct melee combat at this point. Then Starfire jumps up in the air and hammers Thor with a flame attack, okay? Then Raven makes 2 more Ravens, duplicates herself. There's now 3 Ravens. One of the Ravens rips the train car open like a tin can, right? Then The other Raven gives all of the equipment to the Rogues Gallery villains, right? Then Superboy flies over to Thor and threatens him and says, "Drop the hammer," right? Like, drop Mjolnir, right? That and so at that point, Mjolnir, he does not. He refuses to drop Mjolnir, right? And then at that point, the Rogues Gallery goes, and it is Killer Croc, and it is Penguin, and it is I'm sorry, I didn't get through the Teen Titans. Arsenal puts an arrow right in the heart of Tar Pit, kills him, flat out, right? And then Cyborg hesitates. Cyborg doesn't know what to do yet. He is very alarmed by seeing Batgirl and Robin physically attacking each other, right? So Cyborg takes no action. Beast Boy takes the form of a green silverback ape. He goes over the wall and beats down Man-Bat, and beats down I'm sorry, not Man-Bat. And he goes over the wall and beats down Two-Face. Okay. Then I think that went through all. I think that's all of the Teen Titans. Then at that point, this is it, folks. Killer Croc takes Killer Croc attacks Thor, damages him badly. Man-Bat attacks Felix the Cat, damages him badly. And then Scarecrow attacks Thor, and it just goes, and 92 points of damage. The biggest hit of the entire game comes from a Marvel success from Harley Quinn, right? Harley Quinn literally takes over a third of the life points of Thor, and then it just goes around, and just one round of the Rogues Gallery, both Felix and the Cat and both and Thor are very close to death, right? To 0 hit points, right? And so at this point, it comes back around, and it comes back to, it's the top of the round, right? And it's Thor's turn, and Thor is like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do, right? Like, and he says, I am grabbing Felix the Cat, and and I'm sorry, Zatanna did one thing at the start of her turn. She opened up the portal between Earth 1 and into space a mile away from Asteroid M, right? So this is pretty huge, right? So to Asteroid M, and at that point, Felix the Cat then, okay, here, yeah, let me get there. Okay, so at this point, Thor actually takes Felix the Cat and Zatanna and himself, and they go through space. They're in their spacesuits. They go to Asteroid M, right? And they're safe there. Felix the Cat sends the Wizard of Id back to fight the Rogues Gallery and bring Barbara Gordon back. Zatanna opens the portal again, and Wizard of Id safely brings back Batgirl. And then all of them go together to Captain America and meet him at the Avengers headquarters. But Tar Pit, Two-Face, and Penguin were all killed. And Barbara Gordon and Zatanna and Felix and Thor are all now safely on Earth 616.